This show is brought to you by the Local Enterprise Authority, LEA.
Prime Time Live.
In a bid to set a course that will reduce reliance on the importation of horticulture products, Force Cash and Carry recently launched a local supply sourcing policy that will ensure that local horticulture produce are found and sold in their outlets. The Local Enterprise Authority participated at this farmers' meeting to unpack some of the targeted interventions that can assist these farmers to meet the requirements set by Force Cash and Carry.
Today we are in the Silebepikwe area, particularly in Madinari farm, where we got to experience the meeting between forest management as well as local farmers. This is to them to say, look, produce quality, produce in quantity, and let us as forest buy from you. And if you are getting started, you can visit the Local Enterprise Authority to actually get to learn about the dynamics and elements of business, and also now empower yourself through farming and also get to sell to forests. Now, let's join them. Let's find out how this meeting actually went.
The Force Farmers Market was held for farmers from the Spedu region. This covered farmers from Silebepikwe Town, Bubira, Tswapong North, and Madinare Sefope area.
Tswelelang hela yalo balimi tswelelang hela yalo ka go lema mme ebile go supagala gore lebentlele la Force la wholesalers le re eme nokeng mme a gona tiro e pe senang kgwetlo ke sholela go letsa mali kopana le dikgwetlo mo tirong ya lona ya temo kana tiro nngwe le nngwe e o e dirang le yone ya puso ga o ye le mo go yone o tsamaya o kopana le dikgwetlo mme ke re se heleng pelo na o tsoga wa le yone go itlhela gone ko batlang go ya teng mme ka mahoko a le mabedi ya ka re molodi a setse a shupile ke a la amogela ka pula mo kgaolong ya Madinare.
The local sourcing policy is a commitment to give preference to locally grown horticulture products to farmers within the Spedu region. Through this policy, farmers will be able to sell their horticultural produce to Force Cash and Carry.
The primary goal of today's gathering of farmers and other key stakeholders is to share our journey thus far with farmers in establishing mutually beneficial relationships. To this end, two of long-standing farmers of Force will share their experience with us shortly. Meet with new farmers in this region, share our future plans with them, that is our requirement on produce grown in this region such as potatoes, onions, tomatoes, butternuts, green pepper, cabbage, lettuce, beetroot, carrot, rape and spinach and all types of citrus. Establishing a holding facility with a purpose-built cold room for onward distribution throughout the country at all Force stores. This would assist both the farmers and Force to plan better with minimum disruption to the cold chain. Introducing our main contacts for fruit and vegetables, that is Mr. Johan Koch, who will be back next week to continue engaging with farmers in this area. Also introducing Mr. Adam Arby. I'm sure most of you are aware or had relationships in the past. Our in-house experienced farming consultant who will be back as well next week with Johan. Adam has been in farming for more than 30 years in Botswana. Share the process of buying fruit and vegetables from farmers, which is register as a fruit and veg supplier. Forms can be collected from any of our stores. Have access to a mobile smartphone with WhatsApp, access to email, and have a bank account. Communicate with our Gaborone-based buyers and sharing your crop planning. Communicate a week before with your Gaborone-based buyer availability of planned crop and agree on pricing. Deliver produce as agreed. Get paid within 10 days of supply. For this, a farmer is expected to send a statement to Gaborone-based buyers of Monday to Saturday supplies by Wednesday next week If all is in order, the farmer will be paid through an EFT.
As an agency, Leah has been at the forefront of empowering local horticulture farmers through their many targeted interventions such as market access facilitation, business advisory, mentoring, to mention a few. This they have also done through incubating them at their Glen Valley Horticulture Incubator. Whilst there, these farmers are introduced to modern and innovative ways of growing high-value and high-yield crops under a controlled environment.
One of the services that we also provide that is so crucial even today is market access facilitation. And I think that is the reason why we are here to talk about market access and the opportunity that FORCE is providing to us. FORCE is calling all of us to come and join them with regards to provide some vegetables. Mr. Salim from FORCE highlighted some few things that when you are providing them with those vegetables, when you are supplying them, they need a continuous or consistent supply. And then he talked about the quality and the quantity that they want. And that is where we are coming in order to ensure that our farmers, our SMMEs, have the capacity to do so, together with other stakeholders, Ministry of Agriculture, SPEDU, agribusiness. We sat down, because of this opportunity, what can we do? We came up with model of cluster formation. We are trying to form a cluster involving all the associations in region and all the farmers that are in this region. The consultations are ongoing so that so that we'll be able to meet the quantities that are required by FORCE cash and carry, so that we also be able to supply throughout or continuous supply with the right quantity, also with the right quality. We as Leah, we also have the incubation program. We are training farmers more controlled environment. We have the tunnels and the greenhouses so that they be able to produce throughout the year.
Prime time life.
Motswana wetso, nako e gorogile, letsholo le dule. Dithuto le ditirelo tsotlhe tse di tlhokegang mo maphateng a puso ka go farologana ga one, jaanong di tla rekwa mo dikgwebong tse di potlana. Go gore small, medium and micro enterprises. Se ke maiteko a puso a go godisa dikgwebo tse. Gore kgwebo ya gago e kgone go rekisetsa maphata a puso, e tshwanetse ya bo ikwalisitswe ka fa molaong wa Botswana wa dikgwebo. Go akola lenaneo le, kwalisa kgwebo ya gago kwa smme.leah.co.bw. Go itse go feta fa, leletsa Leah mo mogaleng wa mahala wa 0800 155 155. Mogwebi, re go tlhoma kwa pele.
Prime time life.
The farmers that are here are not the only farmers in the region. You would work with SMMEs, medium to large enterprises, and the large farmers. And therefore, Batsadi, as we ready ourselves for this program, let us be aware we will need to double up. We are competing not only with the standards, but we are competing with the global market. The opportunity, while we are in Pikwe, we sell to these fruits and vegetables products to someone in Ngau through this distribution metrics, to someone in Hansi, in Chobe, in everywhere in Botswana. It's an opportunity we just must take advantage of.
To touch on why also we are here in the region, 2 years ago we entered into a partnership with NAPRO. I'm sure you are aware of NAPRO. So we are assisting farmers who supply NAPRO. So far it's 15. And we will be, with the key thing, our key focus really on the supply chain is to ensure that NAPRO increases its capacity as a production, company. But in addition, so we come in to assist them as a buyer, but also that as a seller, they are also, assisted. Some of the farmers are here. As part of what we've done also in the Spedu region, early this year we ran a workshop, a 3-day workshop on best practice horticulture production technologies. We also recently ran a study, and so we brought in a water expert, because as UNDP we are big on technical assistance. We brought in an expert to assess, the water quality and the soil quality.
For a long time, farmers have been struggling to secure a consistent market for their produce. These challenges meant that they experienced high supply chain costs, such as transport costs and preservatives costs. The local sourcing policy, therefore, will help in addressing the challenge of market access.
Let me sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank FORCE for their noble idea. It is indeed a step in the right direction. What is left now is for us, the farmers, to engage with FORCE and to work hard and till the soil in our small and big gardens or farms to produce enough. Enough would mean something that will be supplied to each and every citizen of this country. That is enough or sufficient. We anxiously await the workshops, Mr. Salim. We are ready for that workshops. When you need us, we have our numbers with the officers here. They will contact us to tell us that you want us to meet you, even beyond the workshops.
The initiative taken by Force Cash and Carry is a step in the right direction, as it will not only help farmers in the region to earn a living out of farming, but boost the economic landscape of the Spedu region.
We have an opportunity with Force. It's a contract farming, which I believe this is. This contract farming that we are embarking on. It says certainty of quality of supply and quantity. Let's structure our activities such that we'll be able to create employment, hire professionals, get these graduates from Buan into our farms, and professionalize our activities and satisfy the Force requirements. They're going to set standards. Those standards cannot be met by you alone without involvement of professionals.
The local sourcing policy is in line with the eminent Economic Recovery and Transformation Plan and also the President's Reset Agenda that seeks to have Botswana citizens participating in the local supply chain.
This idea was conceived in November. I was invited to officially open Force Shakawe. Ya re local Force ko Shakawe ga re hetsa ke bona botona ja shopwele le tse dintsi tse ne di goroga go tsengwa stoko ne ka mmotsa re wa Force gore ile gore dio tse di bontsintsi jo bokana di a bokgakala jo bokana nga Shakawe go sena tsela ka go sena tsela gompieko di tswa kae karabo ya ska nna monate thata mo gonna ampolela gore dia tsena me bontsi ya tsone di tswa kontle. We agreed we are going to make this a revolution gore go go pele ra go ira ditso nna lwena ke ra Force ke re se ka go ema ka dinao ke go ira ditso tse leng gore e ta re tsama le ngwa ga se ke tabeng ke sa thole ke le mo stilong sonetse e ta bo re togetse mothala mme go mothala teng o simolla gone tsatsi yeno gone mo Madinare mo polasing yone ke mo re se ka re wa go emisa go reka diloko go mahatsheng a mangwe Batswana ba le teng me ya no ba gaetso re gone ha ka one mabaka one ko maphateng a rona puso le gone go na le ba ba rutetsweng ba rutang ba na le bothale jo bo gaisang bothale ja rona mapalamente le bo ministera bo re utukile ba le gore ba rutetse tiro yone ya gore ba kgone gore ba letse le batswana le balimi ba letse ba le tontobise gore le kgone gore le ire dio tsa thwathwa tse e leng gore di ka goroga tsa re kwa ke force le one ya di kgotsogalela gore kgabagare di rekwe ke ba e leng gore ba go di dirisa kana ba go di ja